Mentally, I'm in a good spot. My body's feeling very good. By this time in my prep in 2023, I'd already had a few injuries. I was working around stuff, and I was feeling discouraged about being able to even get through the prep in one piece. I had to completely change how I train, just to train in a way where I didn't get hurt, which I feel takes away from what I'm capable of bringing. So with that not being the case, and I'm not feeling like I'm duct taped together, I feel really good. Body's good, mind's good, spirit's good, and I'm really just focused on stacking winning days, not really trying to think too far ahead, but what do I have control of today? Take care of business on that day and roll that into the next day. That was just my way of defying Father Time. I think the general belief is that with aging, you can't do the things that you did when you were younger, and while that might be true to a small degree, I don't think I'll be deadlifting like that in my 60s, but I don't think it has to be an absolute. It was my way of proving to not only myself, but to others that you can get stronger and can perform better as you age. So it was really just a personal feat that I wanted to accomplish. It didn't really tie into my bodybuilding goals as much as it was just callousing the mind. And New Year's Day is not the day that I use to recalibrate the year and set my goals. My birthday is, so that was my day one, and I wanted to come out with a bang and set the tone for how I want the next year to go. Smooth sailing. Not too many changes. Cardio just went up to 6 days a week for 20 minutes. Food's been trickling down, but still very high. Training days, I'm still full. Non-training days, hunger has kicked up, which I actually prefer. I prefer to have hunger. I have to push a lot of food, so it takes a toll. So when I get to be hungry, it's kind of like a break, and it feels easier, where I think a lot of people struggle getting hungry in prep, but everything's smooth. I'd say right about now is when we're starting to kick forward and start to peel down. It's been a slower process than my prep in 2023 with Dom. We kind of jumped the gun early, and I've learned a lot about my body. It doesn't take much for me to get lean and drop body fat, so we're not rushing it this time, rather than peeling back the layers slowly, but not pushing myself too far into a hole where I can't get out of. Well, condition's never been an issue for me. In any of the shows I did last prep, I did 3 shows. I got progressively harder and drier for each show, so I need to bring more fullness. To do that, I just needed more size, so that's why I took as much time off as I did. And I did have to fix my gut in early 2024. I had some issues there. So what I'm working on is what I've already worked on to get to this point. I added more size. I'm 18 pounds heavier than I was at this point of prep in 2023 currently, in better condition and with a smaller waist and better proportions because I did fix my midsection and improve it. It's still never gonna be amazing for me, but it did improve a lot. So that's a good teaching point for people, is prep isn't a time to work on things. Prep is a time to sharpen and get ready to display what you've already worked on. So, you know, the work, not that the work's done, there's still a lot of work to do between now and the stage, but you're not adding muscle in a contest prep. So the mindset was to get bigger and to be bigger, which I will be come my first show and then going into North Americans. because it's a pursuit worth my very best effort. And I think only people that have found something like that can understand what I mean. And those that haven't, or those that are in search of it, can also know what I mean, because to wake up each day and not have at least one thing that you're giving your all to in every single way, shape, and form is it leaves you feeling hollow and vacant, and it leaves you filled with fear of what's going to happen when I'm older and I look back and I have regrets. So, you know, the pursuit of all this is not only gives me fulfillment of my purpose, because I believe through this pursuit it's allowed me to find that I am meant to be a leader. I'm meant to run a coaching brand and build it not only within the United States but globally, and I'm meant to inspire others, maybe not to just bodybuild, but to pursue something and to take chances and take risks and bet it all on themselves and believe in their work ethic. So, you know, to answer your question, it's worth everything to me, because it gives me a reason to get out of bed and try my hardest every single day.